mother when they first find out that they were expecting, they probably is a little fear, um, a little fearful. But then when you have your mother's support, it kind of makes it a little bit easy because then they go through the process of telling you the things that you need to know as a new mother.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just have to say at that first moment I was a little bit fearful.
Okay, so what were your challenges raising 4 girls?
Oh, my challenge was that I had to learn that each and every one of my 4 girls had different personalities. And so, just being challenged with knowing the personalities and trying to give them what they need according to their personalities and discipline them as well during those courses of the times that they had issues and maybe one act one way and the other will act another way, and you just had to know how to encounter those, because with those challenges you have to be cautious, because sometimes one of them will think that, oh, you love this one more, you love the other one, but then you have to understand they didn't realize that this one came in basically because the way that they act, the way the things that they were doing. So and in a nutshell, we just, as a parent, we just have to know how to show that love to all of them and make them feel like they all are unique and special.
Mm-hmm.
And because we discipline them in different ways, it does not take away the fact that we didn't love them. We love them all, but we just had to do things, like I said, basically according to the situation.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, every parent loves all their children and love them the same.
Right, that's true. Okay, so what were some of your proud moments of being a mother?
If I had to say one of my proud moments is that looking back, I just thank God, that no one thing make me proud, because all the things that my kids have done, I'm proud of it, because I feel like whatever direction they went in, God allowed those directions so that they could be the person that they are. And so I'm proud of all of them. And basically when I say this is because I feel like when you put God in anything, you can be proud of everything that they do, because you know that everything that happened it was from God. So everything that my kids have done, not the bad things, but all the good positive things, I was proud of, because I know that whatever was going on, it molded them to be the persons they are. So I have to say that basically everything that my children did made me proud, and especially to this day, I'm proud of the young ladies that they have turned out to be. And I know that because of who they are, it was because of the keeping them rooted in God, and that was one of the things that my mom instilled in me, even at an early age, that you had to have a solid foundation. So I took that knowledge from her, and when they were little, I always felt like my children needed to be in church, and so I always kept my children in church, and even pray that my children that I have will keep their children in church, because at the end of the day, that is the foundation. You got to have a solid foundation. So with God in the midst of all of this, it makes me a proud parent to be the parent that I am.
And so what knowledge do you take away from Grandma Mary when raising us? What have you applied?
Okay, what I applied to my children is basically what I just said. To piggybacking on that is that My mother was a caring and loving mother, and when you're surrounded by love, you don't know nothing else to do but to love. And with my children, you know, I love my children dearly, and I feel like that love that my mom showed me, I showed my children. And even sometimes I feel like I've gone a step further, because I used to always say to my mom all the time, "Mama, you love me," and she said, "You know I love you." But I tell my children more now that I love them, because I felt like that was some of the things that was taken away from people way back. They were not allowed to love the way we should as a race of people, to show love. So I often and all the time I tell my children I love you, because I want them to practice saying it to their children. That some things that was taken away, I think that we should enter into our life and our everyday life, especially showing our children love, and even just saying it to them, so that it's a norm that when they have their children, they'll start saying I love you, and the children will say I love you back. But I like to see that continue in my family. And even with my grandsons, when they approach me in a room, they already know that they're to kiss me on my forehead. I don't just do that just to do it. I want them to know that that's how they to greet their mother, greet their wife, or greet their children, however. Because if we keep doing this, then that will become the norm. Because what they see is what they learn. So having said that, one of the things, like the question was asked, that I've gotten from my mother is that to show that love. And like I said, I like to extend it further, because I love having to kiss my children, and I not stop at a certain age, because when they're born we kiss them a lot, but at some point we stop kissing our children and stop hugging our children, and I don't believe that should stop.
Okay, so what have you learned from us, your 4 daughters? What have you learned from each one of us? You don't have to say, like, you know.
Well, I learned to stay 28. 28 as long as I can. It goes back to the first question, the challenges. I've learned how to conquer different challenges. You know, raising children comes with many challenges, and with those challenges, you have to dissect them and find out, you know, how to be problem-solving situations. And then if you encounter that situation again, you can remember how you handled it then, and it makes it a little bit easy. Basically, that's how I feel about that.
Okay. And what advice do you have for daughters who mourn the death of their mother?
Well, I experienced losing my mother at 34, and it wasn't the first death that I had to encounter and process. I lost my sister when I was 24, and losing her, I think I always try to come away with a message from that. And when my sister passed away, I realized that that's when I started saying I love you more, because even though my sister knew I loved her, I never told her that I loved her. And it was a 10-year gap between she and I. She was 34 and I was 24. But I know she knew I loved her, but I had never said to her that I loved her. So that's when I decided then that I would take away from that and just make sure I told my older sister and my mom and my family members that I loved her. I knew then that I had to step up and be that, because I was the oldest here in Mobile, so I had to step up my game and become the mother of everybody here. But as the question was asked, to any young mother, I would just say, always tell your mother that you love her, and always understand that as parents, we don't try to tell you or run your life. We only try to steer you in the right direction, because those things that we are telling you are things that we have already been through and saw what the outcome is with that situation. And all parents want to do is guide you and lead you in a direction, so you won't have to go all the way around the corner just to get back on that straight and narrow path. So if you would just take time and listen and stop thinking that we know it all, because we don't know it all, but we do know what we do know. We do want to share with you all. So even with me, you know, there were times that I felt like my mom was trying to tell me what to do because she had lived her life and I kind of wanted to live mine. But at the end of the day, everything that my mom told me are the same things that I had to end up telling my children, because I now realize what she was telling me makes sense to me now, because she wanted what was only best for me, and that's any parent. They want what's best for their child. And so any parent, no matter who they are, they always want what's best for their child. And we just, as children, gonna have to really just listen to the parent rather than just lashing back out. Just say yes ma'am, no ma'am, go back and think about what they're saying in a calm manner. If it takes you a couple of days, just think about what they're saying and dissect what they're saying, rather than just taking it and saying that they want to tell you what to do. Because really and truly, we're not trying to tell you what to do. We just want to help you get where we can let you go and let you, they say, let your wings fly. We just want you to get to the point where you can fly just like a bird. When a mother bird pushes them out, they push them out just when it's time for them to fly. So when we know that you're ready to fly, believe me, we back out and let you fly.
What do you hope to pass on to us before you leave?
Well, I think, and I feel like I have accomplished that. I feel like my children are very caring children. They love people. They always trying to help people, and that's basically the background that we came from. Like I said, my mom was she was a caring person. She showed a lot of love, and then that's what I saw. Then she passed it on to me, and that same loving and caring personality that she have, I want my children to love and care for people and help people when they see that they're in need. So I feel like I have accomplished that, because I see it every day. I see my children helping people and wanting people to succeed and not be envious of people when they reach a certain level. They always trying to push them to get to that level, and not feel that one person is trying to get ahead of the other person. They all look to me, from what I see, is that they're always pushing people to elevate higher as you can. So that's a good quality that I feel like my mom passed on to me, and I passed on to my children. I pray that they pass that on to their children. Oh, she's trying to put me on the spot, y'all. I love her really, really dearly. And when I think about Miriam, I always think about myself, because my mom had me, and I was a late baby. As you heard earlier in the story, that when my older sister passed, not my older sister, but my middle sister passed away, she was 34 and I was 24, so that was a 10-year gap. Well, there's a 14-year gap between Miriam and her next sister up, which is Latasha. And when I look at the situation, I think back on my situation, I know that when my mom was sick, I found out and I learned then why God, my purpose. My purpose was to see about my mom. And so when I see Miriam, I know it's a blessing, because I know that if anything happened to me, I know all of them going to love me and going to want to come in. And I don't know how it's going to happen and what's going to happen when I do get sick or when I'm leaving this world. But I do know that I believe that same purpose that I was designed and was made for was to take care of my mom until my older sister was able to come and pick up the slack. I do believe that she's going to be young enough and energetic enough to take care of me, whereas maybe the other ones may live out of town or whatever life have them. But I do believe that same role that I played in my mom's life, I think God had her to be born late so that she could play that role. And it's not just necessarily just me, but even in her father's life. So I believe she's going to be that caregiver for us and kind of just take care of us and make sure that things are all right, because they already know I don't want to go in a nursing home. So I love her. And not that I love her any more than I love the other ones, but I just know that she holds a special part in my heart. And I think sometimes when I look back with the older three girls, it was a lot of different. I think that as parents, when you have them, 2 years apart, your life is just, consumed with raising them, trying to do the best you can as a parent. But then with Miriam, it was a little bit lax because it was the other one was grown. It was just Miriam, so I was able to give her a whole lot of attention versus the older three because it was just mom had to take care of 3 small babies. But as I said, with Miriam, it was a little bit different because it was just her, and it was almost like I had help. I had adult babysitters because I had the older 3 girls helping me with her, and I thank God for them, her sister Latasha, because as I share this story, I lost my mom a month before Miriam was born, and not looking back on it now, I realized I really had slipped into a deep depression. I was really depressed, and Latasha just stepped in, and she would comb my hair, she would bathe us, and people actually thought that Miriam was her child because everywhere she went, she would take Miriam with her. Having said that, that's just an example of what I just said to you earlier. Well, I just want to say, Erica, I'm proud of you. Leslie, I'm proud of you. Latasha, I'm proud of you. And Miriam, I am proud of you as well. And to my grandkids, I love each and every one of you. I am so proud of y'all and you all accomplishments, and I'm proud of the way that your mother has raised you all, and so that makes me double proud. And I hope that the things that they have instilled in you, you would pass along to your children when you have a family.